It is done. Now let me reduce the glare. It is done. Hey everybody, it's Game Leader. It's been a long time coming, but here we are on this live stream. I'm going to go ahead and post the information for everybody, so just give me one moment. I've been working really hard. I want this cranberry juice. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and get started. First and foremost, I'm going to get the link sent over to everybody on the Warframe community. I'll get myself put into the dojo and get all that stuff done. So probably another few minutes here and then good to go. I'm very excited. Very excited. It's been a long time. I'm actually going to turn this. I think this will help. And of course, I am actually plugged into the Discord right now, so that way I can actually listen. If you guys want to plug in and you guys have things to say, then we can actually chat on there and kind of live feed everything that's going on there for everybody. So we actually can have a discussion about any topics that you would want to discuss. Keyboard, where am I going to put you? I guess I'll put you right here. Hey. All right, very good. Hold on, it's shiny. I move it. Okay. It's pretty bright. I wonder if, hold on. I'm going to be some moving around during all of this, so just kind of bear with me. Turn this light off and turn this light up. This might be a resolution. It might be a resolution. I'm not 100% sure if it's a resolution. It is. All right, very good. Whew. I had to turn that light off. That was really bright. We have the Discord, and I am logging in to Warframe. We are so close to being done. This is very exciting for me. Okay, opening the Discord, which is also telling me to swipe up. Okay, there we go. Whew. Okay, very good. So this will be saved on the Discord. This will be saved here on YouTube. It'll be saved everywhere. So very, very, that's like a little window. Well, no matter. I guess we'll just have to call it what it is for now. Unless, books. Okay, books. So if I put a book, it should, in theory, if I put this book behind this phone, then it should hold the camera over here just right. Is it possible? Is it? Well, okay. Okay. Oh, is it gonna work? Hold on. No, it's not gonna work. Actually, what if I put it right here? This might actually work. If I put it right here. Oh. Trying to find the right angle is always difficult, isn't it? There. Okay. Let's see if it works. No, because that'll change that camera angle. Okay, I got an idea. I'm just gonna switch to voice chat on the general. So if you want to tune in, if you want to talk, we can do it on the general, on the Discord, which I'll be posting that Discord right now for you guys. So that you guys can get on there. Okay. And I'm just going to run into Dojo real quick. So I'll be in there. Let's see if we got. Wow. That definitely took. But we are good now. We are good now. We are good now. We are good now. Okay. So we can go ahead and leave this here. Let's see. I'll make sure my mic volume is up. I don't really have a way of testing this audio though without somebody speaking on there. It should be good. It should be good. I used it before. Should be good. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this party started. I will get everything ready right now. Okay. Hello, everybody. We are live. Live, and we'll start right at 7:30 GMT. We appreciate the patience. Since it took some trial and error. And it did. It did take some trial and error, didn't it? Whew. Okay. So we'll get everybody in here and get it started. I know the lighting's... I can make the lighting better. Give me a second. Make the lighting better. That's what they told me to do. And I will make the lighting better. Ooh, it's almost like a ghost story. But I like it. Okay. Whew. I even have my little notebook. You remember these? Like when you were in school, you'd have like this little composition notebook. Very handy, even as an adult, just for the record. So I do have some stuff in here. First and foremost being like really, really nice drawings, for example. But I do have some more important things in here, like who's going to win for the giveaways today. The giveaways are pretty important because it is the composition book. The giveaways are very important. I think at the end of the day, it's been a crazy past year. We're in 2022 now. I want us to start on the right foot. There's definitely a lot that we can discuss that would resemble the right foot in the first place, right? Like this clan sat literally on a dusty shelf for a while, and I felt very bad about that, but naturally, that's why we're here, to make this clan back to how it used to be. We used to do these meetings all the time. I mean, we gave away thousands and thousands of plaque in the old days, and we will be doing that again soon. But it's not just about the giveaways, right? So let me go ahead and get everybody else in here, because I don't even think we have everybody in here that we need to have. So let me go ahead and invite our clan members and give them the link. Hello, we are live. Meeting starts in 5. Here is the link. And if I put the link in there, it would be, let's see. There we go. It would be https://underscore/TB_9LKGQFNE. PB9 LK. That was a lowercase GQFNE. All right, link source 5. Here's the link. You can also check out our Discord and participate. Well, that's pretty awesome, right? Participate. This is how you get into the giveaway. We anticipate giving away at least, I was so close to running out of space there. Well, I'm imagining at least 300 Plat, if not 500, maybe even 1,000 if miraculously everyone shows up to the meeting right now. That would be crazy, but they won't. So, I mean, at the very least, we'll be sending at least 300 Plat and maybe even a nice, delicious ribbon mod someone's way. I also think I have a few sets that I'm going to probably give away just because I don't need them and they're annoying to sell and all that stuff. So, yeah, let's go ahead and, okay, so we got that. Let me send the rest of this. Join our meeting at, let me send that again over here. And I also, actually, I can't send it there, so never mind. At https. Make sure everyone, and yes, we definitely have to start somewhere. Absolutely. Which is why this is so exciting for me, because there was a time where I'm telling you, it was, I mean, actually, I think we have them still, the old meetings that we used to have in the archives in this YouTube channel. There should be, hate pop-ups on my laptop. There should be still some of the old meetings that we had as well. But I mean, that's really just a reflection of where we plan to move forward with, because at this point, I know that so much has happened and so much has changed with Warframe. There really is a huge set of new things that you can take advantage of. This is a market clan, so I mean, for us, this is pretty much very important. I think that we are ready to begin in 2 minutes, and we'll actually get into all that stuff. But we have so much that we can actually do as a clan to really influence the market and also put it in a position where everybody benefits, including the clan members. Obviously, the clan members. It would be nice if we could have a network set up, and we'll talk about that here pretty soon too. So putting it all together, I mean, I'm imagining pretty exceptional things for Plat Legends personally, but that also depends on how quickly we get things done and what we actually expect to get done in what period of time. So there's that as well. So, and I haven't heard anybody on the Discord yet, so I don't know if there will be anybody on the Discord. I know it'll just at least save the meeting. I'll obviously put a ticker, which will say when I got past all my trial and error and got to actually the meeting, which should be taking place in 1 minute. I mean, it looks like, and so just so you know, when I do the meeting, obviously if you win, then that means I have to know your gamer tag. So you would just have to put that or include that. It said expired. Interesting. Shouldn't be expired. That's the one that, let's see. That was TB9 LK GQFNE. That should be the right one. That's the only one that I have for this meeting here. That's really weird. I don't even know how I feel about that. If that's the case, then I would have to make it really pretty much dependent on either resetting the meeting. I don't think we even have to do that per se, but oh, okay. For the Discord. Interesting. Let me go ahead and check that and see what our invite link is. Invite copied. Okay, let me paste this real quick just so I can write this down. Oh, you're right. That was a great call. That was the here the new Discord link. It's going to be put in our clan. That's going to be YBUYSG. Cool. That should be it. And I'll put that in here as well. YBUYSG. Okay. I think that should pretty much sum it up. Obviously, if you're like in the clan hall, I mean, that's nice too, but obviously, like, this is just a serious level of trial and error. So I think what I'm going to do, just on the premise that obviously this meeting one was 30 minutes behind on time, plus compare that with the fact that obviously there was a lot of trial and error. I think what I'm going to do is for everybody that's been logged in the last 24 hours, I think will be part of the giveaway, so we'll do it that way. I feel like that would probably be something people would appreciate. And it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 24 people that have been online in the last 24 hours. If we happen to end up by the end of this meeting having more than, let's just say, 5 people, 10 people for this first meeting, then I guess we will just limit it to that at that point. So anyway, hey everybody, welcome to our first meeting for Plat Legends. I'm Game Leaner. I am the founding warlord of Plat Legends. So what I wanted to discuss and cover with you guys today is essentially what the directions, plan, and overview are for Plat Legends. Now there's a few things that we can work on together. There's a few things that kind of remain pretty astringent. I can't change it, you can't change it. And that's, for one, this is a market clan. So market clan, what that means for those that don't know, is there are usually in MMOs, there are market clans that influence the trades of that MMO. We are one of those. So one thing that we've done for a long time prior to us having some level of decline from about 300 to 500 members down to about 100, scaling that back. This was during the Spectres of the Rail update. So I guess to put it succinctly, in 2015, we started Plat Legends and we said, okay, well, Plat Legends, I had me and my buddies, which actually are part of the names that you see actually in the meeting hall of the dojo. You see Nick Free and Country Gabe, County Gravy, and Tubby Rumbus. Those were some of the guys that had started the clan with me. And they were the ones that basically put us in the position that we are now with such a beautiful dojo and everything else. And then Spectres of the Rail update happened. That was a big, major disappointing update at the time. In fact, I mean, it made it so hard for me to want to even play with the amount of changes that they had done. That was when they changed the Void Relics. That's when they changed Necros and Hydroid and literally just nerfed so much about the game. Back then, it was very different than what it is now. So at that point, we definitely declined. We went on the decline, and yes, yeah. So that was our founders chairs, so to speak. Those were the people that helped me start the clan back in 2015, 2016, 2017, when we were really on the up and up, doing pretty interesting things back in those times. Um, but so basically, where we're sitting at now is okay. Well, we can go ahead and get back into this. Spectres of the Rail was a long time ago. They made a serious amount of improvements. I plan on sticking around for a very long period of time. However, I'm going to need help, right? So, one of the things that I'm going to say right now off top is Nick Free, County Gravy, Tubby Rumbus. These are people that haven't even played in a long time, right? So, I'm basically trying to revive this on my own, but I know what worked to put the clan where it was previously. So I know that, but what I'm going to have to rely on is everybody else working with me, giving me the tools that I need to make this clan how we want to see it moving forward. And what I mean by that is not just the fancy dojo, right? I mean, we all know like the dojo. Actually, I can't even. Maybe I can. I don't even know. Okay, there. The fancy dojo that we have over there, that was a product of a lot of years of work and putting resource and all of those things together. But now where we're sitting at now is it's more than that, right? You want to be able to have all the resources that you need to be able to do either some of the newbie stuff if you're new, or some of the harder stuff. You want to make sure that you always have somebody to be able to assist you from the clan. You shouldn't have to ask around too much to be able to get what you want as far as help is concerned. But then there's more to it than that. Um, and I appreciate that. That's exactly what I'm looking for is the people that are going to help push the clan moving forward. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of work that needs to be done with the clan, but there is a lot of work that needs to be done with the clan, starting with our members. So actually, let me get my fancy notebook because this is all off the top of my. Oh, okay. Starting with our members. So right now we're sitting at 50 members currently. We had it put in a position where it was 100 members cap, and now we're at 300 member cap. And what I did want to discuss with you guys is why there's a 300 cap instead of a 100, and what this actually means. Obviously, it sounds like there would be the need for the additional room to add additional people. We are going to be doing a major recruiting campaign over the next couple weeks. We should have at least somewhere about 200 members within the next couple weeks. So that's the first thing. Why? Because with a market clan, there's power of numbers. One of the main things that I look for in creating a market clan, this is my first market clan. In fact, this was something that I used to do back when I was 16, 17. That's like half a lifetime ago. But what I was able to do is always rely on the power of members to be able to do the right type of things on the market. For example, market is so hot right now with a lot of the new additions. You have the Aram Spinoza, you have Male Prime, Scourge Prime, you have Haro Prime, you have all the ribbons, the galvanized mods. There's so many things. Oh, not even mentioning the Railjack mods, which have been pretty hot on the market too as well. Like you have all those things. They're all pretty new. This is a very exciting time, but supposedly there's supposed to be more content coming out pretty soon. I try to keep the dojo as up to date as possible, but that requires work. That requires time, dedication. Fortunately, I've had a lot more time on my schedule with the holidays to get us caught up, but there's going to be a lot more pressing concerns coming up here pretty soon, starting with the amount of members. And why I keep saying that is once we have a certain number of members, we can start doing things like having 24/7 prime buys. Prime buys have always been a huge part of Warframe. That is where you are buying prime parts for 12 plat or 10 plat per full trade. Um, that's perfect. And honestly, it's a level of patience too, right? So like right now we're at 300 members for the cap. So all the resources is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be like 1,000 euros. Like I wouldn't worry about it too much because there's not a lot that we're missing. I'd hate for you to deplete all your resources and not even make a dent in some of the new resource requirements. Like once we have 200, 300 members, it's going to be really easy to acquire however much we actually need to acquire as an individual to contribute. And that's why on our third rule on the clan, it says top contributors get plat, because some of those contributors, I mean, I remember way back when, I mean, Tubby Rumbus was a big proponent of that. He would use so many of his resources to keep our projects going and keep everything moving forward. I felt like I had to get plat for the amount of work he had to put in to actually make that happen for us. So for me, I think it's pretty important. I do think that right now you can hold off on even doing any resource contributions for now. I know there's a couple things where it's like I think it's like 1,000 plastids for a couple things. That'd be really cool because I mean 1,000 plastids doesn't take that long, and obviously inevitably I'll have it filled up either way. But for some of the major things, I would just not even touch it, not until we have all of our members put together. But as far as the market, if we have 12 plat and 10 plat prime buyers, and then even couple that with people buying prime parts, the 100 Ducat prime parts at 6 plat a piece, for example, but we're doing that around the clock, every day, day in, day out. And let's say we do that between a network of 500 people, that's going to create solidity inside of the game, right? People always know that they can jump on and buy those or sell those parts, right? That gives the newbie players the ability to say it and latch onto it and say, oh, you know, I can always make plat by farming and providing these prime parts. Now, what we do with them on the back end and how we organize those things to make sure that people are actually making money off of what they trade off of. For example, like you have 3 Orthos Prime sets, and I have uh, the part that you're missing to build Hydroid. You can trade me one of those Orthos sets. I'll give you that Hydroid part, and we can all work together internally within the clan to, instead of have you sit there and shout for 500 years to find that prime part that you're looking for, make gentle contributions in exchange for the parts that you need. Obviously, it will benefit everybody, but these are the type of things that we can do if we have 200, 300, 400, 500, even 1,000 members. Now, do I actually want us to get to 1,000? Probably not. I'd like to keep us somewhere between 300 to 500. If we can manage and maintain 500, we might open it up for 1,000. But I'd like to get us to that point because I know that started becoming really the tricky part of trying to keep a market clan, because you can't really conduct oversight on how much people are actually trading and participating in the market unless you build a system, which this time I do know how to build a system. We'll get to that point later. I do know that right now we can put ourselves in a position where at least we're ready to earn the level of success that we can earn together under Plat Legends. So that's pretty much the main piece of why we're at 300 members. As far as other things that we're going to need to assist each other on as this time goes on is obviously getting everybody in a position where they actually have the market clan mindset, because I know that right now we're just recruiting, we're getting people in there saying, oh, cool dojo, and you know, oh yeah, like I can help you make some plat. But this really is going to turn into a huge platinum resource. Like if you're part of this clan, then I'm going to basically build the expectation for everybody that's in the clan that they're going to make 300 to 700 to maybe even more than that platinum per day. And that's how we're all going to work and function here. This is going to turn into like a platinum corporation. Like I made, I want to say like 1,700 plat yesterday, and that was all through a method, a system. This is the type of stuff that we can actually use all together, because at the end of the day, I thought about it and I said, can you ever put yourself in a position where you'd have too many people doing the same thing and it's not going to work? And the answer is no, surprisingly. It's not possible because we did it before and it worked out very well. In fact, we have the same, if not more, of a player base now. So it really should work. I mean, 300, 400, 500 members influencing the market of, I mean, you're talking thousands of players per day on Warframe. I think we'll be okay. And that's really kind of what I'm looking at it as, is we will be okay. In fact, we'll be able to spread the prosperity and wealth amongst each other because we'll be okay. For example, like the giveaway. So that being said, I think that we can actually do it, and we can actually accomplish it, and we can make that work. Obviously, if there are people that are talented already in plat trades, these are the type of people that I will need to work with to build the systems that will help everybody make plat and plat legends. Because it's not just about me. Like I have all the cosmetics on earth that I need, and random skins. That's great, but what about you guys? You know what I mean? I like to enjoy all this together with you guys. That's kind of where this sits at. Not to mention, it makes my life more enjoyable because now we can be all a part of one same banner, and that's why on the new Plat Legends logo, I don't know if you've seen the emblem, but that Plat Legends logo says Market Clan Family, right? It's because that's what it will become. It will be a network, a family of a few hundred people that are all going to work together and make plat together and share prosperity together. Why wouldn't you want that in the galaxy of Warframe and Latino and everything else? So I know it sounds a little bit optimistic, but it's really not. Because, I mean, to be frank, there's already market clans doing this just on a smaller scale. And so I suppose that's probably the biggest thing that I can tell you is something that can work because it's already working. The only difference is the way that they do it is they corner certain markets. For example, Kavats. Kavats have a market clan. I'm not going to mention who it is, but they have a clan that basically runs that entire Kavat market, and they're very bullish and they're very, aggressive towards other players that may have a similar Kavat on the market because they don't want that, right? They just want to be able to hold that market and make the plat off of it. And it's fortunate, actually, that Kavats are starting to be worth a lot less because now they're losing their grip on whether or not that's even important. But you have to remember that all that energy is going to be focused somewhere and probably into the markets that we're going to be in, which is why time is of the essence. We want to create a beneficial market, not a piece of crap market, which, as you saw with Haro Prime when it first came out, that type of crap market is only good for a few people. And I mean, it was good for me, but it wouldn't be good for 300 people trying to do the same thing. You see what I mean? Like, we can think differently to achieve a group goal and all be happy. I mean, that sounds good to me. I'm not running for mayor, so I don't need to worry about accomplishing something with an ulterior motive. At the end of the day, I'm just letting you know that we can all work together. We can all achieve a clan that really supports each other in a way that I don't think many clans do. I mean, at certain levels, right? But I don't know. I try to give everybody a chance, even like the low levels. I know there's like rank 0, rank mastery rank 2 people in here. I see them all as the same because they're still humans, right? They just need direction on where to move from there. And if they're serious about it, they're going to stick around. And if they're not serious about it, well, they're going to end up being demoted to wiener and then eventually just be removed from the clan. So that's that. Now I'm going to basically, uh, yeah, yeah, exactly. And I remember, it's funny. I was actually talking to one of my people that I party chat with not too long ago, and I was just thinking how it's so funny how like when I started, and I remember running around, sprinting around the whole map and just being like, oh, I'm so like my Warframe is so cool, and not even like if I try to pull off that same stuff now, I would just look silly, But that's where I was, and even then, like I understood the economy of the game. That's what made me say, oh, okay, like the economy is really cool in this game. I want that to be more of the centralized part of why I'm playing the game. And I'm glad because it let me slowly but surely learn how to play the game very well, but also at the same time put me in a position where there was more to it. There was more traction to my gameplay because I have to admit it is a little bit repetitive playing Warframe, but not so much when you have such an exciting market to mess around with. It's really quite fun. So that being said, I mean, we can all look at each other that way. I know that this recording is going to be posted and put out. I think the next meeting is probably the big meeting, right? So this is kind of like the practice meeting, beginning of the year meeting, whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, I mean, it's true though. It's true though. I remember like when I built like Hydroid was like the first Warframe that I had built after, like aside from the mag that I started off with, right? And I was like, oh, like look at this Hydroid. I have this Hydroid that like it can help me loot things, and I mean, uh, that's the type of fun that comes out of this game. Really, is just the experiences. Like I just killed my first Kuba Lick Kuba uh, Grenier man, super soldier man, yesterday, as a matter of fact. It was my first one because I had been away for so long. I had to get caught up, right? So I just killed my first lich, and it was so cool. Like it felt like such a battle, especially at the end being in Saturn Proxima and having to battle with the Railjack and all that kind of stuff. That was really neat. But I mean, that's kind of the testament to the fact that Warframe can still provide this type of experience. Like playing New War was amazing, right? Very enjoyable. I enjoyed the cinematics, especially the ending. I'm not going to get into any of it. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but excellent and definitely worth playing through, especially with the type of stuff you get at the end of the mission. So, all that stuff aside, I mean, this is a great game. I plan on sticking around with it for the long foreseeable future. But I do want some other people that want to participate in that. So I'm going to go over the ground rules and everything of kind of what is going to be happening from this point moving forward. That way, for the sake of argument, if someone watches this on I don't know, later on the YouTube channel or in Discord, they would be able to essentially know what is going on with the clan and how this actually works. So there are going to be some systems in place, and we already have our first systems. I don't know if you have seen the entryway to the meeting room, but if you look in there, you already have it set up where it will tell you um, how much platinum you need to show to get ranked up. Why? Why is that? Well, it's very simple actually, because if you screw up the dojo, right, and you are a proletariat, which means that you have 5,000 platinum on hand to be able to even have ended up being ranked up, you probably don't want to get banned from the game by messing up the dojo. It's very simple for me because you get those privileges. It makes it a lot less justifiable for you to screw up your account by screwing up the dojo, right? More importantly, the high level people in the term of Plat if they have 5,000, 10,000, 2,000 plat, they probably can show a less fortunate individual how to make plat. So it makes it very simple. The easiest, most obvious choice is you don't level up, or not level, you don't rank up in the clan unless you can show how much plat you have up to that certain threshold. So that is how you get ranked up in the clan. That is how you apply yourself, is make plat for yourself, right? It's not contribute resources. I can make it about that, right? I can make it, oh, hey, if you contribute 50,000 plastids in a week, then I'm going to rank you up. But no, because that doesn't help you with your own sanctity or progression in the game. No. Instead, show me that you actually made plat and you actually went through the effort to make plat, and you will rank up in the clan. So very simple. In fact, I mean, I kind of have to put myself in those shoes sometimes when I think about purchases and how much I actually spend in plat. I have to say, oh, James, you have to kind of slow down because you're going to put yourself under a certain plat threshold, and that's not very good of you as the founding warlord of Plat Legends, right? I have to do it that way. It's the mentality that I built, and it's a mentality that everyone else dojo, or if you look on the Discord under the rules, the first rule of Plat Legends is always keep plat on hand. It is always keep plat on hand. Specifically because you keep plat on hand, you're helping yourself. You keep plat on hand, you're putting yourself in a position to make more plat. I mean, how many times have you seen someone sell something very expensive for very cheap, right? It puts you in the position to be able to actually take advantage of those things if you keep plat on hand. Secondly, it should be your rule, right? You should have at least any given point in time. I should be able to randomly book check somebody and say, hey, you have 150 plat, and they should be able to say yes. Why would you want to spend 100% of your plat? Don't. Just don't. Because I'm telling you, it's the plat in this game is based off of exponents, right? So the moment that you own plat, just like money actually, the moment that you own plat, the easier it is for you to own more plat and make more plat. So why would you deprive yourself of literally the oil that is required to make more plat? Always keep plat on hand. That is the number one rule in Plat Legends. For your own good. I don't want any of your plat, and I will never want inside of Plat Legends. I will never want that, right? No, it's for your own good. You keep plat on hand, it helps you make more plat. End of story. That's why it's the number one rule. So that's how you rank up, is show me, probably me until we have enough officers in the clan to be able to show somebody else. You can send me a screenshot. You can send me that directly through Xbox Live, how much plat you have. You can obviously cheat, I guess, and just spend money in game and buy an access pack and show me, and then you're going to end up as a platinum star, right? But hey, guess what? You're not going to be able to get to 5,000 plat that way, right? And you're probably going to end up spending half at least of that, and then you're going to be back to 1,000 plat. It's going to be very hard for you to get to proletariat or platinum star or proletariat or key diplomat or any of that kind of stuff. You're just going to be kind of stuck at platinum knight, which I guess the name knight is cool, and a platinum knight sounds pretty shiny, but you want to get higher than that. And when you get higher than that, you're going to end up getting some tasks, and you're going to end up making more plat because I'm going to trust you enough to handle some multi-thousand plat trades, and we will work on that together. In the meantime, focus on getting your first 1,000 plat out, and then go from there. So that's pretty much where we're sitting at as of right now. I think the main goal for everybody as I continue to recruit, as I build the Plat Legends Facebook page, as I build everything else that is going to be built for Plat Legends. I will be in the background making a lot of interesting things happen with Plat Legends like I did in the past. I know GameWiener.com, oh, it still makes me sad to this day that I had the disagreement that I had with my provider and my hosting. So I will leave it at that. But GameWiener.com was just the first beautiful step for me to be able to make resources for Plat Legends. And it will be under a different name, but it will be back, and there will be a website dedicated to us with merch, with everything else. And that will probably be my whole, oh, what does James get out of the thing? Is probably merch and whatnot. If you want to support Plat Legends, that's great. Do I really expect it? Probably not. Hey, you know how many shirt designs that I made for GameWeird.com, and I had maybe like 2 people buy it. It's just something that I know how to do. Either way, the focus is going to be on your betterment, making Plat for yourself, us rising back to a clan that has 300 members at least, and us kicking ass. I mean, I'll put it this way. When we actually get to the point of being able to influence the market, we could have it set up where half the members have 10 sets of Oberon Prime and then up the value of Oberon Prime to 300 Plat for that 2-day span and then drop the market back down once everything's sold. Those are the type of things that you can do with the market clan. It is possible. In fact, I did a micro test on that with Haro Prime when Haro Prime dropped down to 250 Plat when it used to be 500 when it first came out. Literally a couple days later, people were trying to sell it back at 250 and everything else. I took a night with me and a few people, and we were able to literally jump the market up, sell our Haro Prime sets for 400 to 500 Plat a piece, sell all of them, and then drop the market back down. Hey, you guys can go back to selling and buying Haro Prime at 250 now that we've made our money. But these are the type of things that we can do with Warframe. It's a beautiful game. It's not the stock market, so it's not illegal. It's just we are going to handle things in a way that are beneficial to our members. It's pretty straightforward. So with all that being said, I'm Game Wiener. I'm going to be signing off now. I do sincerely appreciate you being my quote-unquote #1 fan watching. So I'm imagining, and I'm just going to imagine that wait, where are you? You were in here. I know you were in here in this dojo. In fact, wait, is that you? Somehow floating in the air? Yeah, is that you, Sand King? Is that you right here? All right, cool. Because I'm going to trade you right now. I've just decided that, you were the only one sitting here in the YouTube. And actually, let me just, before I do this, before I piss a whole bunch of people off. Okay, yeah, there's nobody in the Discord. And you're in here. So, okay, I'll take it as an L for this meeting. But you're not going to take it as an L. Because I'm going to trade you. See, this is why you should show up to meetings. I learned this in work a long time ago. You're supposed to show up to meetings, but they didn't. So that's really sad for them. So I'm going to give you 300 Plat for attending the meeting, for hearing my possibly terrible or maybe really good voice, depending on who you ask. And I appreciate you being obviously an active participant for Plat Legends. Please feel free to contact me in Discord, in game, what have you. I have no problem being able to assist, and I'm on here pretty good. I mean, I have a cool, interesting schedule that allows me to play a lot longer than I used to be able to play. But I appreciate you. It made my streaming experience enjoyable. I hope it was enjoyable for you. And that being said, I'm going to jump off of here. I think we worked out most of the kinks. Obviously, I will get the overlays and all that fun stuff developed and designed in the coming days. Our next meeting is not going to be up until February. I'm imagining it will be pre Valentine's Day, and it will probably have some interesting giveaways because by then we should have our 300 members and we should be ready to rumble. So, all that being said, I appreciate anybody who watches this stream, be it 5 years from now or even tomorrow. With that being said, adieu and keep the plat coming.